Hello, it's like here to show you the Big Bird library so far with weather map. Is that you have it to where that you got the weather right here along with it talking about the different library subjects so far as is book writing, and along with the hobbies, and then you got the dictionary along with the book research, and then along with the checking the glasses. So far as checking the visions and stuff, and then along right here she got the part we're talking about the world map, and you got the different locations so far as the different contents and stuff and different places the maps, but you have it to where that right here talking about is so far as for weather map is that basically talking about the fact about about the science and research about so far as the humidity is like you got you got the different weather conditions that are going on so far as around the globe so far as plants best is basically you have it to where that so far as the measurements is that what the dew point is so far as if we already ever heard of the dew point being 37 or 4, or it's like I don't know exactly the highest it goes to, but more likely that the highest is like is it will be like 53 or something like that for the the dew point temperatures so far as the temperature for whatever the weather is doing so far as the temperature rises, or if it lowers, then it pretty much it goes to they're doing something such as how the rain is formed, and so far as the mixing of the hot and cold air. But so far as if you do research about different parts of the world right here, as you have it to where you got that it's like if you were to maybe check out a library book, that more likely that you would probably maybe find something related. But you got the sun right here, the sun that's viewed from space, is you have it to where that you got the sun right here, and it's like whatever light that comes from the sun, of course, that shines on planet Earth, that gives it light. So far as like for the daytime hours, that with the sun, and as we all know that of course it's like sun is like related to a star. That approximately if we done our research, that about 115,450 degrees is about the temperature that the sun, which I didn't even measure exactly about how hot the sun is, but more likely it's about something like that, to where it's a little over 500 or 600 degrees compared to conventional oven. But you got the sun right here, and along with the moon, with these which is called these stars and planets, so far as that orbit around the galaxy. But what it pretty much is explained is about the fact about with the different weather conditions, about what the weather does so far as the hot air and cold air, and along with the thunderstorms, along with you get the rainbow right here, and then along with so far as oxygen, so far as how the oxygen is formed stuff by say the trees and plants and stuff. But so far, and then you got the directions right here. But a lot of the stuff which you could probably say that more likely that you'll probably wonder that quite a bit of it will probably be available on like you say your smartphones, your cell phone, your smartphones, or tablet readers, because like so far what Big Bird has right here, and then where you can get on the web and then do some research about it. But of course, if you were to write a book, then more likely that you probably say that a lot of this information, which I went ahead and drew, but more likely if I say if you were to find a library book about it, then you would say this maybe finding it is not so hard, but just maybe understanding it will be kind of the hard part. Is that it's been a few years since I've taken that type of science, which some of it is based on what you say is earth science along with life science, and vocational science or whatever you call it, but a lot of it say is science, and it may a little bit of math also, but you begin to wonder about so far as weather changing, that with the weather, that a lot of it say is that it kind of impacts, they say, the farmers, and then so far as drought, and then along with maybe too much rain, or maybe the one part of the continent getting too hot or whatever you call it. But more likely they could probably say that if you do some studying about it, that more likely it could be a lot of fun, which I think, I would really think so far as for like if they have it to where like on your smartphone, have it to where you have like a little icon kind of like this, and this homemade cloud right here is like so far as cotton balls, that you have it to where you got an icon right here, and then the icon kind of rotates, kind of like a screensaver. If you were to make a screensaver and create your own, you say, figuration, where you call a picture on on your laptop or whatever, your smartphone, of a cloud that would rotate, and then it would tell you about whatever weather conditions that are happening so far as your county or the city or whatever. That you have it to where you have you get the cloud right here, and then it slightly moves, to say the north and the south and then east and west, and it drips off, to maybe to another continent or the continent, and then it moves over, and then you begin to wonder that some of the rainwater that comes, that falls down on, say it could be Argentina or Mexico or parts of the United States, that you say could have came from another continent, or Greenland, whatever it is, Canada. A lot of the hot and cold air, what they call mass, that would move from one part of the planet to another, or to another state or whatever. But you got the cloud right here, and along with the sun, and along with the water spout right here, which you never seen one, but someone sees too much of those around. And then but so far as with the study about the weather, is to know that more likely that say if we all can do our homework, that know that the fact about the weather is that weather can be interesting. Is like what part will make it interesting? Maybe you try out science experiments, and maybe along with writing your own book about talking about maybe the different types of studies that you'll be able to know, along with the bookmark, bookmark the page for where you left off. But so far as for studying about the different weathers, as so far as measurements and stuff, that so you say is great, I give yourself an A. But so far with Big Bird Library weather map color.